But I always used to draw, even though I was forbidden to use my left hand. Just, I don't know what my father had against me being left-handed, because Donald was left-handed. But my father just forbid me to use my left hand, and I cannot draw with my right hand.
My name is Marietta Hall, and I am the primary caregiver for my mother, Eileen Hall, who's 77 and was diagnosed 3 years ago with Alzheimer's. Some problem happened at my rental. So I ran into her house, we were potty training, and I ran in and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna drop Aiden off, I gotta meet a repair person. Didn't even check in with her. I got back 45 minutes later, and she was hand on the wall, propping herself up, trying to get Aiden to the bathroom. She hadn't eaten in like 2 days. She was so out of it. We couldn't have ethically left her there. But that was the point where I said, you know what? You're moving today. I called all my siblings. Everybody dropped work, came over. We moved her out of the house that day. If you ask her about it today, I would ask her about when she came over here. I mean, she has absolutely no memory of that. It's hard. I mean, she's losing so much.
Let's see. I don't. Oh, look at that one. You did it.
She had a moment where she didn't understand why I was handling her pills, and then she got angry and was saying I was treating her like a child, and it just escalated. And I usually try and not escalate, and I completely engaged, you know.
So I'll see you. Okay. In an hour.
Go on my side.
I love doing this. I mean, I love the moments. The minutia is
I
hard.
have to be a little bit of an extra.
And a contortionist.
I started to say extortionist.
But if you just take a step back,
Go back to bed.
I love that we're doing this. I love that Aiden sees her every day, that she's a real part of his life, that he will have a solid memory of Nana. Aiden really has a good time with her. When they're interacting, that's the best part of it. It's a real gift to him. You know, you look back 2 or 3 generations ago, 2 generations ago, this was completely normal. This is what everyone did.
Yeah.
I think it's the right thing to do. I think keeps the most of her for as long as
Your tiny toy.
you possibly can.
Not that way.
I am totally ready to be done. The whole second pregnancy has lost its appeal.
What's his name?
I don't know what to tell you.
What's his name?
Is it Andrew George?
Very good, very good. So, can Grandma hold, baby?
There you go.
Mom, you just made his eye.
He's tired.
Hug him. And kiss him.
I used to be a nurse, and I've held lots of babies.
I bet you have.
Lots of
Mommy
babies.
makes
The
his
car
eyes.
issue came up again because we had her car in the driveway, and my in-laws came to visit, and they had a rental car, and they're same age, and they were coming and going as they pleased, and we were coming and going as we pleased, and I think it was this realization that she wasn't coming and going as she pleased, and her car was there, and I got home late from work one day. I had it was a Friday, so that's my day to go to work without the baby. And I walked in, I didn't know what was going on. That it was like something, somebody had left something smelly on the table. I mean, nobody was talking. I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden, she started swearing, which is not like her at all, about her car and being able to leave, and that my husband started calling him expletives, and she had called the police to say that we had stolen her car, and I had no idea. I mean, I walked into a buzzsaw, And, you know, I'm trying to feed the baby. My in-laws are here. It was horribly embarrassing for my husband in front of his father. And he was, you know, just like, this is too much. You know, we're trying to entertain our in-laws. They're trying to meet their grandson. You know, it was one of those where we were tired. Things escalated and we didn't, and what you have to do is disengage, you know, like whatever the subject is, stop. There was no stopping because everyone was in the room trying to solve it. It was, yeah, it was a real, okay, I got it, I hear you. Yeah, it was, and we just I had to call my siblings and say, you need to take her for a few days because we got to cool down. Yep, we had the emergency call. And we got like 3 days break, and she was still mad. If you brought up the car, she would go right back to the anger, and then she would get real teary. Like, you know, we'd say, "Well, you called the police. You called John these names," and she was mortified and wanting to call on him. She didn't remember that she did it. By the time she got to my sister's house a mile away, she didn't remember.